Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Man, We're Too Old for This, here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'm your host, the experience of some call Jason, and with me today is...
CDL-113, the droid you're looking for.
And the blurred dawn of the Ville, the Todd Father.
And today we're going to talk about the attack on Dave Chappelle.
AK, what everybody's talking about.
Yes, I imagine so.
If Will Smith slapping Chris Rock and Slapgate, what the hell is this, Stompgate?
Yeah. Have your elbow bent 90 degrees sideways.
The chicken wing.
The chicken wing. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, it happened at the Hollywood Bowl.
I believe he was filming a special for Netflix.
Yeah. It's that comedian special for Netflix that had all the controversy behind it after he got it after the closing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had folks mad that he was hosting it.
Including Mr. Lee, apparently.
And he's been playing the Hollywood Bowl, I know, since Sunday. Yeah, because one of the other podcasts I listened to, guy went to see it that Sunday and was talking about it. So yeah, damn thing sold out the Hollywood Bowl 4 times.
Yep.
That thing holds about 17,000 people. So
I think my favorite comment so far is still Chris Rock's.
Was that Will Smith?
Yeah. That was good.
Well, it's the house that Will built.
Yep.
Because people are like lemmings. You know, you see one fucker do it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is, especially if they get by with it. The problem is, you ain't Will Smith.
Yeah. He didn't have Will Smith's clout and money in a studio behind him.
More importantly, Will Smith did that shit and got his ass the hell up out of there. This fool stuck around long enough for security to catch that ass.
Yep.
Well, I've seen one video that it looks like the guy got up and tried to run away, but security, actually chased him, unlike Will.
Well, in comment to the Will Smith slap, I don't think they were expecting anything of the sort at that kind of event. I mean, you've had stars in the past verbally get into it in the audience that they've had to, get them and make them leave, but you never had one just.
And the thing is, Will didn't give no indication that he was pissed off, nothing, because he literally laughed at the damn joke and then walked up there and hit the man, then started hollering like a bitch.
Yeah. It wasn't until Jada gave him the look like, you gonna do something about this?
Stick him, Fido.
Yeah.
What was it? Break call.
And there were a couple other people on stage with him.
With Dave? No.
Shortly thereafter.
Yeah. Afterwards, yeah. But no, that was the end of the show, and they were getting ready to do curtain call. And dude ran up there and half-ass tackled him because hell, for a spear, that shit was weak.
Yeah, well,
he barely managed to get Dave down.
Yeah, the cell phone images I saw of one, because you got them from like 2 or 3 different perspectives, and the one thing is like Chappelle kind of turned his body. Yeah. He's and he turned, and so the dude didn't get a full clothesline tackle. It was more like a one arm.
He got a graze. He finally managed to kind of clip Dave up. Dave was getting on top of his ass, and when he scrambled out and took out the security by that point, hell, security, Jamie Foxx, all kind of damn people came out. And he tried to get away, but
they carried him to the back of the arena. And
they mollywopped his ass.
Yeah.
Boots to him.
Yesterday, Gary Owen, he had a little video clip, and he was talking about it. And he said, being a comedian who has had somebody get up on stage with me and threaten me with a weapon, I can say this with certainty. We don't need this as a community, as a group of performers. This is not fun. This is not cool. This is not funny. He said, now, the folks that were on, the security that was there when it happened to me, I'm glad they were there. And they escorted him out, and then the police got him. But he said, maybe the fact that this dude looked like he went 5 rounds with Mike Tyson will be a hint and a half that this ain't acceptable behavior.
People fear pain.
Yeah.
People fear pain more than they fear death. It's one thing, you die if it's quick, it's over.
Yeah, but if you have to lay there and suffer.
But you have to suffer through some shit, it changed some minds. It probably did the community and the world at large, a world of good, to look at this motherfucker with his arm looking like a chicken wing and the side of his face looking like, hell, he done gone through, hell, he looked like Martin Lawrence after he fought Tommy Hearns in the old shit in Martin. That motherfucker looked like a damn mile of bad road. That's good for him.
Yeah. Well, it's like a couple weeks ago when that guy on the plane was harassing Tyson.
Yeah.
And Tyson is sitting there going, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. Don't touch. And the dude just kept at it. And then when he laid hands on him, that's assault. I don't care who you are. That is assault. And then when you see the picture of him afterwards, the dude's face is all just kind of puffy and he's got marks where he's bleeding. And he's like, yeah, I'm regretting this decision. And it shows you that actions have consequences.
Yeah.
And,
pain. That was a trick. Like I said, and I said this when it happened. The shit with Will Smith set the worst precedent in the world because the worst thing you can do with people is let them know they can do shit with impunity. And that was it, because this dude's social media is outed him where hell he had this thing where he posted on Twitter, Dave Chappelle is next. And it was a picture of Will slapping Chris, and it's that's what happens when you come after my friends in the trans community. Well, I hope you love them motherfuckers, because I hope they can buy you some soup or something to suck through that straw, because you got your ass whooped for them tonight.
Yeah. You making the comment about pain. Teacher I had in ROTC said, pain affects people either physically, mentally, or financially.
Mm-hmm.
And like he said, you can affect physically against a soldier, mentally against a country, financially against a government. And, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Chris Rock didn't go back after it, but he was about to hit him in the pocketbook. And it's already affecting Will in the pocketbook with all the stuff that's dropped him.
Yeah, but see, that's just it. When you go pocketbook with normal folks, then you get the thing like Chris's brother Tony said, I ain't got that much to lose.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get blood from a stone. Physical pain does some shit to you.
Yeah, I'm not disputing her. I'm just saying, they had not got around.
Chris could have sued Will. He could have taken Jim Carrey's advice and sued him for $200 million. It's some bitch did that shit with Dave. No, he got no damn $200 million. They ain't never gonna see $200 million because they say the cat was homeless, which raises other questions about, was that a setup? Because how in the hell does a homeless motherfucker get into a show where the cheap seats is $300?
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle tickets ain't cheap. So you got all this security, obviously, in a venue that you got a $300 seat, cheap seat. How the hell do you get your ass in there without somebody on the inside letting you?
Yeah.
Somebody held the door for this motherfucker. And to get all the way to the stage where you walk up some steps and then get a running charge, that's somebody let that motherfucker. You ain't gonna get me to believe nothing different, because you always have to remember it's a lot of motherfuckers in Netflix that was butthurt that Dave was doing the shit in the first place.
I was about to say, you had a lot of the gay,
the alphabet,
LGBTQ community that worked for Netflix that was mad about that. And,
And this dude ain't exactly the driest motherfucker I've seen in my life. No way. Check the painted fingernails in the picture, and the hair looks kind of fresh out the 80s. And yeah, I smell Hostess. Yeah. That's just flat out to it. And the thing is, you gotta learn being to take a fucking joke. If you don't like Dave's comedy, don't watch Dave's show.
Well,
really?
Yeah.
If you reading up on this guy, the attacker or alleged attacker, they talked about some of his former neighbors, and this guy sounds like he was unstable from jump. One of the neighbors talking about he could be set off with, guy could be set off with a word.
Yeah, that's truthfully a lot of times what that ends up being is protection. Think about it. How many times have you heard of a black person commit a crime that they went, oh, he was mental?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Yeah.
We always thugs and, it's just our community and rap music and all that. We ain't never mental. So if they giving this motherfucker white privilege of mental, with my fingers doing air quotes, that motherfucker was a setup. He's somebody's stooge.
Yeah.
Even his bail is low because he got a $30,000 bail with assault with a deadly weapon. Yeah, he got a $30,000 bail for assault with a deadly weapon. Because the fact that he had that blade on him automatically makes that assault with a deadly weapon.
Yep.
And he got a $30,000 bail. Nah, he's somebody's flunky.
Yeah, he
somebody with some money. And hell, I'm just gonna say somebody gay with some money got this dude and said, hell, I'll give you a couple of dollars. I'll give you a couple. He may be a zealot on his own, but he trusted and believed that motherfucker.
He was the stone that was ready to be thrown anyway. Yeah. Somebody's like, here, I'll clear a path for you. Yeah.
The second I heard that, I was like, the fuck? Man, they got you attacking somebody on fucking camera, and you got a weapon on you. So that's, like I said, that's automatically assault with a deadly weapon. And hell, it's first degree. And you get a $30,000 bail on a star? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
There's more to it than we're hearing. There ain't no doubt.
Yeah, and the trick is, if you'll ever hear it, because, like I said, that community is protected. It's protected. You can't be joked on. It can't be mentioned. It can't, anything. And anything that sullies that image becomes, oh, no, the gays wouldn't obviously do it. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. He did that shit in West Hollywood, which is gayer than shit. And you had somebody that the community couldn't stand, because anybody old enough to remember when the gay community got upset back in the 80s with Eddie Murphy, they had what they used to call 24-hour homo alert. Is literally what they called it. In any city that Eddie Murphy went to, they were on his ass. To the point that if you watch Eddie Murphy Raw, which it was the only other stand-up movie he did, he talks about it at the very beginning where he was like, hell, they were on me 24/7. So yeah, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That's some of that shit. Oh no, we would never do that. Get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. And
you got somebody to do that shit, and he's protected. There's a bag somewhere. You ain't telling me shit.
Yep. But that's like Andrew Dice Clay. He had a stand-up routine and
vile as shit.
Yeah,
one of my favorites growing up because he cursed a lot.
But in an interview I saw with him, somebody asked him, "Why did you quit doing stand?" He goes, "I'll still do stand-up in a small club, but I don't." He said it got to the point where I would do my show and then I would be leaving, and then I would have groups just spewing hate at me, and I'm like, it's a joke. I joked on everybody, not just your community. I joked on everybody, and you're taking it personal.
Well, that's the trick.
They couldn't separate.
Dave Chappelle says the N-word like I say the. He does. Watch any Dave Chappelle special going anywhere. Hell, when he did Saturday Night Live, he dropped them bombs on national TV. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
Get the fuck over it. He cracks on everybody. Hell, the closer, the one that everybody goes, oh, he's transphobic. He told you. He said, hell, I've spent my whole career attacking white people. Go back, and if you go back and look at it, yeah, he's hard on white folks. Most black communities are, because most of us joke about racism. And you joke about the shit to keep from, you laugh to keep from crying. You look at Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was the same way. Richard Pryor talked about black folks, and then he talked about white folks.
Eddie Griffin. Another one.
Yeah. It's just the thing. But now all of a sudden you got these motherfuckers that, hell, not only can you not say boy and girl, you got to get, it's kissing ass. It's too deep. It shows that the shit has gone too far. That's not equality. That's some kind of the motherfuckers are trying to be like the fucking bald eagle or some shit, where it's the national symbol and you gotta avert your eyes rather than to save. Yeah, fuck all that shit. You kill that shit.
I was, this has been several months ago, but I was at a doctor's appointment and I was having to sit there in the waiting area. And I had a comic book T-shirt on, and this guy come in, he sat down, and me and him started talking. And I was like, and I didn't know him from a can of paint, didn't know his name, like dude, such and such, blah 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 blah. And this lady kind of joined into the conversation, was talking about her son and grandson are big into the comic movies and this, that, and the other. And without even thinking about it, I said, "Oh, dude, tell me about it." Blah blah blah. To the lady. And she laughed and she goes, if you'd said that to my next door neighbor, just even kidding around, she would have went off because I made the comment, my son or grandson made the comment about calling her yes ma'am or something like that, or well, she did this, and she just went, the person went off, and I'm like,
she went off. See, that's the issue. I might think I'm General Zod.
But you ain't.
But I ain't. So if I come around going kneel before Zod, and you go, the fuck's wrong with you? In my fucking mind, I may be Kryptonian. That is literally delusional. If you don't believe me, anybody don't like it, go look up what the fuck delusional means before they change it. That's what it means. Hey, I wouldn't think they changed the word vaccine, the meaning of vaccine either, but they have. So while you can, go look up the damn word delusional. Delusional is you think you are something that you are not.
Yep.
I don't care what kind of chick you think you are, you're a fucking dude. Get over it. I don't care what kind of dude you think you are, you're a fucking chick. Get over it. All that shit. Men can get pregnant. No, the fuck we can't. We don't have periods. We don't. Nope. If you have a period, one thing you ain't is a man. If you have a prostate, you ain't a woman. You produce sperm. That's just tough.
Yeah. I mean,
you're nuts. You poor crazy kid, pat you on the head. You poor thing. If you want to live that, if you want to go around thinking you Napoleon Bonaparte, that's on you. Knock your damn self out. When you come saying now, I got to act like you Napoleon Bonaparte, that's where the problem comes. Your rights and reality stop at my fucking nose. And that's the problem. And it's in society acquiescing to insanity is the reason why you got a lot of this shit going on. You get all hemmed up. Because first it's, well, I want to live as a woman. Okay. Well, now I actually am a woman, and actual women that go, no, you're not what I am. This is a club you're born into. Now all of a sudden, oh, well, you hate me. No, that's just a fucking fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact. J.K. Rowling, when she said, hell, I'm a fucking woman, that is my reality. That is my biology. I'm a woman. It just is what it is. And if you don't like that, tough titty.
Yeah.
It don't change shit. It does not change reality. And it went from that shit to now women can't say that they're women. And then you got some, well, if you won't date a trans woman, you're transphobic. Well, you goddamn right, because you're a dude. And I ain't into dudes. I don't give a fuck if the fact that I'm not into dudes hurts your feelings. I'm not into fucking dudes. I'm straight. I don't like dudes. I don't look at another fucking man or anything that used to be a man as fuckable. You are on my no fuck list. I don't care if that hurts your feelings. You don't get to rape, because that's essentially rape. You don't get to rape me.
Yep.
I have to pretend like slobbing you down is like slobbing down some chick. Now that's some bullshit. Now you do you, but like I said, you do you with you. You come over with me and all that, they, them, they is a group, them is a group. I'm not calling a person them, I'm not calling a person they. That's a group. That's just English. That's tough. I'm sorry.
If you're, it's like I made a comment, I said, if somebody like born a dude transitions to a chick and they used to be Dave and they come over and say, well, I want you to call me Denise. Fine. What the fuck ever, Denise. But in my head, Dave is still who you are. He's still Dave. They just changed their name. And, we have a family friend, me and my wife, who still a chick, she just changed her name from one thing to another. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't calling you that. to me, you know, this was how I was introduced to you 20 some odd years ago. I ain't gonna remember a new name. And it's a crazy name also. And I'll just stick with what I know you as.
And this also speaks to the thing of everybody's gotta like you.
No.
Everybody ain't gotta like your ass. And I say that as a black person that's old enough that I integrated goddamn school. I do not wake up in the morning worried about who the fuck likes me, if white people like me, if trans people like me. I don't give a fuck who likes me. I like me. As long as I like me, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's the kind of era you're in now where, well, if you disagree with it, it's hatred. If you defend reality, it's hatred. No, hatred is what it is.
If you walk outside and you start automatically being soaked, either water is falling from the sky or somebody's spraying you with a hose pipe, okay? But you're still getting wet and water is coming from somewhere. Denying that fact that, oh no, I'm dry, that means you're crazy.
And like I said, you have every right to be as crazy as you fucking want to be.
Just
as long as I ain't got to go there with you. And that's where you lose me. I'm not following you crazy. You could say, hell, I'm fucking Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to jump on you and take a ride. Your ass is crazy. I go, oh, that motherfucker crazy. He thinks he's Optimus Prime. Okay. All right, Optimus, you know, holler at Megatron when you see it. You know, if he catches Hot Rod, take my advice, shoot his ass anyway. And that's
yeah.
But that kind of shit, now I got to pretend. No, I'm not playing make.
You saying about Optimus Prime made me think about that dude that legally changed his name.
Yes, and no fucking world am I gonna actually pretend that you're a goddamn giant robot.
No.
It's not. You know, and that's what that shit smacked of. They ain't told a joke. They don't like the joke. They ain't adult enough to go, well, fuck it. I just don't watch Dave Chappelle. Joe Rogan dropped some racist shit, 6 months ago? You know what I do? I don't fuck with Joe Rogan. I don't give a fuck. I just don't watch his ass. It's real easy.
I don't watch his stuff now. You go back into the 90s when he was the host of that damn channel. Fear Factor. That's what I know Joe Rogan. It took me
forever to even find out who the fuck he was. They're like, Joe Rogan said something racist. Who? Joe Rogan. Who the fuck is Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I didn't even know he was still quote unquote relevant until that shit. I'm like, who? What?
They're like,
oh
he got 100
Fear Factor.
Like, he got 100 million. Yes, for what? Was Jesus on there or some shit? Is he blowing up? What the fuck is this? Why? Who? But that's supposed to be, well, but Joe Rogan doesn't like you. And then I looked at Joe Rogan and said, why the fuck I care? I don't give a shit. What'd he say? He said this about black people. I said, well, hell, let the motherfucker me when he can talk without dragging his goddamn knuckles on the ground. He completely evolved. He looks like a midway point of the evolutionary line. I'm supposed to get upset about it. Fuck him. You keep going.
You know,
you don't like what Dave said? Don't watch Dave. You think Dave's cracking on you? Hell, look at Dave and go, look at the head on that son of a bitch. Any kind of damn thing, you keep it moving. You ain't got to fight for that kind of shit. And I say this as a person that when a video shows up and some white person calls some black dude the N-word and he knocks shit out of him, I giggle my fucking ass off. But you know what the difference is? That was personal.
Yeah.
Now, if Dave came up to some trans person in their face and called him something and the dude knocked the shit out of him, more power to him. Them's fight words. There's certain shit I can say to your face is fight words. I'm cool with that. Attacking people for their act, just don't watch the fucking act.
Yeah.
There's a difference in hell. You said that shit to me versus he thinks black people are so-and-so. And I don't give a fuck. I give no fucks about what somebody thinks about black people unless they are my doctor, the person touching my food, a judge, a cop. They got to have some kind of power over me, where they can actually fuck with me and I can't get them back or
protect
myself competently. I don't give a rat's ass. Dude, hell, you can have Gary Owen get up there. Gary Owen his whole goddamn career basically telling black jokes because he thought having a black wife gave him a pass. I don't like Gary Owen. I don't fuck with Gary Owen. I don't want to beat Gary Owen's ass. Just ignore the motherfucker. Real easy. I see. I've seen him a couple of times. Like, oh, I see where this is. This motherfucker because you got a black wife, you think you got a pass. Oh, fuck that. Now, if he said some shit to my face on the street, yeah, I slap taste out his goddamn mouth. Because he did that whole thing with Michael Blackson where they got Michael Blackson to drop, where he got his black wife basically called Blackson an N-word. He would start the thing and then his black wife would call Blackson the N-word, and they were doing that. I was like, nah, this motherfucker think you're cute. I don't like the bastard. As such, I don't give the bastard my money. Oh, look, Gary Owens got a Netflix special. Guess what the fuck I ain't watching? What's for dinner? Real easy. Don't like a comedian? Don't watch him. You don't have the right to go jumping up on stage and now I'm going to put my hands on you. I'm going to try and hurt you. I'm going to be pulling knives and all that kind of shit. Because your thin-skinned ass can't take a joke.
We grew up in a time frame where the Monty Python's Flying Circus was still relevant.
Yeah.
And I can see him, can't think of his name, but he was one of the main, guys in that. And he was asked in an interview recently why he won't do comedy anymore. He was at Oxford teaching a class, guest lecture.
That may have been John Cleese.
Yeah, yes, John Cleese. Thank you. And he was asked why he doesn't do stand up anymore, and he goes, because today's the people of today don't have a thick enough skin to understand when you're telling a simple joke or a satire versus an actual insult.
Yeah.
He said, if I walk up to you or your wife and I go, you're fat and you're ugly, that is a personal insult. If I'm on stage and I go, yeah, today's women are fatter than they were 20 years ago, that's an observation. If I talk about a specific actress or caricature, oh yeah, that's fat. And he said there's different definitions of what it is at that time. He said people today don't get that.
This generation basically has about the same amount of sense as the Facebook community standards algorithm. I'm in Facebook jail right now because I saw a post that was funny and I said, man, that cat ought to be beat about the head and shoulders with a dead squirrel. And they put me in Facebook jail for hate speech. That's about these fuckers' speed. There's no context. It's like talking to Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. Every fucking thing is little. There's no context clues. There's no anything.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with a group of people that their whole being is to be perpetually offended. I'm perpetually outraged. I'm perpetually offended. I'm perpetually, dependent. If you one of these special groups, because like I said, you can murder a black kid, leave his body in the street for 2 hours. Mike Brown, it happened. And the outrage is, they were more upset about them burning down the fucking AutoZone than they were that dead kid in the street. So they get selective in their outrage. But if you happen to be one of these purse puppy protected motherfuckers, oh sweet God, don't look them in the eye. Yeah, fuck that. And that's what this cat got. He stepped outside his lane, figured, yeah, I'm gonna go up here and handle my business, and got shit beat out of it. He got mollywopped. Which, like I said before, is probably good for society because that means the next motherfucker that does that knows, get your ass whipped. Well, I had an argument with a dude with the Smith thing. I had a picture. I actually said, I was like, Smith would have never done that shit to Dave. And this dude was like, oh, you scared of Dave and you this and you that and the other. I was like, no, dude, because I'm trying, because he was living his Chuck Norris fantasy. And I was like, bruh, one, Dave ain't a little dude. He just ain't. Mm-mm. So that's going to be a fight. Two, Dave got security. And when you look at that, you have to think, if you're Dave Chappelle security, that motherfucker's your meal ticket. You ain't trying to fuck up the meal ticket. They gonna whoop your ass.
Yep.
Dude is lucky that hell, he was already mollywopped and that the cops didn't come in there and bop his ass one. That alone, especially when you black, man, the guy the cops in, yeah, that's, motherfucker, I get nervous. Hell, if a cop pulls up behind me, I ain't done shit. Because it's life or death. you done assaulted some motherfucker where they got the excuse to fuck you up. But yeah, I can't. Like I said, I'm in jail because if it wasn't, I'd be all on that motherfucker saying, remember when I fuck with Dave Chappelle? You gonna get fucked up? Exhibit A.
Well, and if you watch the thing, Dave was already on top of him, so Dave was messing him up just on his own, and then security got him.
Dave ain't no little dude. Dave is from DC. Dave ain't Chris. Chris was somebody that spent his life getting beat up. Chris is a little dude.
Yeah, he's like what, 5'2", 5'3"?
Yeah, he's a little cat. Dave ain't no little motherfucker.
Yeah, Dave's got some mass to him.
So in the long term, how much more of this do you think we will see? Or do you think the pictures of this guy, with the crap beat out of him, is going to discourage anybody else from trying this?
When cats see that this dude is fucked up, it's going to discourage some motherfuckers because now, hell, with the thing with this guy, it lets you know that it's about like running into a wrestling ring now. Because these comedians are going to be on guard and they're going to be looking out for each other. So now, because just like this cat didn't just fight Dave. He fought Dave Security, Jamie Foxx, Busta Rhymes. Everybody was in there beating his ass.
Yeah.
And then laughing at him after that. Hell, Dave come back out on stage like, yeah, he back there getting stomped out.
But I figure it will curb some of it, but you still going to have some nut job go, I'm going to try it. See, maybe not in that same setting.
You keep going nut job. I'm telling you, dude, that wasn't a nut job. I'm telling you, that was a motherfucker.
Yeah, he was a rock that somebody else threw. But I'm saying you're going to have some. It's like streakers. You know when you streak across a football field or a baseball field, you're going to get arrested and banned from whatever event that is.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying, you're still going to have maybe one or two more people try their luck, not at a big show like that, maybe at a comedy club.
This is probably it, because one, this generation is weak as hell. That's for one. They easily offended, but they ain't got no heart. And seeing that motherfucker folded like a goddamn lawn chair, they'll probably nip that shit in the bud. Gen X, I can see some of us going, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to go for what I know. I'll come up with a way that'll be me and somebody next time. These motherfuckers fold like lawn chairs. They ain't about to run these chump asses up there. The minute they saw that boy with his face all swelled up and his arm looking like a goddamn chicken wing, whole lot of that damn offense, they going to go back to their damn keyboards where they belong. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of keyboard gangsters and keyboard tough guys and podcast players and shit. And that's where they gonna go back to. They ain't gonna run up under Dave, ain't got a goddamn thing to worry about. Ain't nobody gonna run up with their fucking hands. I know that damn much. Yeah, you can give that up. They ain't shit. Ain't nobody lined up for that ass with it. That's why I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad it was public. Now, if it been some kind of shit where you saw the dude and he was just arrested and he wasn't all swole up and shit like that, that's one thing. It's about like, remember the shoe bomber?
Oh, yeah.
Remember how they fucked up the shoe bomber? You ever hear anybody else coming up with a shoe bomb?
Nope.
That's why. You hear of anybody else jacking a plane after that? No.
No, the few times you've had somebody attempt, they got a beat down by the passengers. And then when they got off the plane, then the local PD or the local feds snatched them up.
Focus. People do not run headlong into pain. You can convince them to run headlong into death because it's quick. Quicker than you can pain. People do not sign up for pain.
That's one reason. Like, I give you a good example. You're like SEALs and Delta Force, folks like that. They go through specialized training to where they accept the fact that they are going to be in pain and how to work through it and past it. Your average soldier does not get that training because, like you say, most folks, this is going to hurt? Oh, hell no. Uncomfortable, they can handle. Pain, no. And,
but that's probably it. It's probably it.
I figured there'd be at least one more somebody, like
That's the second person. Because you had somebody jump up on stage with, what's that guy's name? DJ Youngfly? And DJ Youngfly beat the shit out of that dude. That was in a small venue. He beat the bricks off that motherfucker.
Okay, then this is the third because you had Gary Owen and the DJ guy you're talking about, and now Chappelle. So yeah, this might be it then.
Okay. And of course, everybody, even your smaller venues are probably gonna have an extra bouncer or two on hand after all this.
Yeah, I figured that you're going to have more security at some of these things, even if it's an off-duty cop, just out there in the crowd somewhere, just ready to
Pounce.
Yeah.
Do them like air marshals where they're just hidden in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hell. Truthfully, security works best when it's visible. You're probably what you'll likely have is some of both because had this shit happen a couple of times now, and these motherfuckers, these some bitches ruin date night every fucking chance they get to do.
Yeah.
Weak ass.
So anyway, I guess we're going to wrap up here. So that's our show where we talked about what everybody's talking about right now. If you agree with us, disagree with us, if you have an opinion or something you wanted to point out, let us know. You can leave a comment below. You can reach us at thenerdattorney@gmail.com. If you like the show, like, share, subscribe, tell your buddies about us. And we will see you next week, I guess. Again, I have been the experience of something called Jason. And with me today is Ben.
CDL 113, the droid you're looking for.
And the blurred dawn of the veil, the Top Father.
And we will see y'all later.